special edition of Vickery, where we're looking at the question, what is going on at the Stratford Racing Club? Many of you would be aware that it went to the High Court. Your interpretation of the ruling was it was in your favour. New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing viewed it differently. There's been articles in the media saying one thing or the other. But let's just get back to the original issue. Gordon was asking you questions about why you declined the membership, and it's back to you, Gordon.
Yeah, well, I can understand what Murray's saying about the 18 members back in 1998.
The same committee, you see, that committee was successful in that instance, that they signed up 18 members, mostly from outside Stratford. And by the way, just in passing, we should say that these members you're talking about, what do you think of the value of people applying for membership of the Stratford Racing Club who are domiciled in Huntly, a lot in New Plymouth, Waverley, and have never been members of their own local racing clubs? Does that not seem strange to you? Furthermore, in the latest lot that the Justice of the Peace sat in on, there was something like 40, let's say 45 for argument's sake. That means 2 signatures on every one, so 90 signatures, and 70 something signatures with the same 3 people.
Murray, can we just have a little aside here? Thank you for bringing in the actual box and the voting system that was used. I might just get you to briefly demonstrate that, and then we'll return the interviewing to Gordon. This is the voting apparatus here. Firstly, what is this called? What is this?
Well, I'm not sure that it has a name, but it's an old-fashioned voting method.
It seems, and now we have a white and black ball. We'll turn it around here. White and black ball. So how did the actual voting, how does it take place? How did you vote on that night?
Well, this has wider ramifications in that you will be aware, and the local newspaper has trumpeted, that certain people within the Racing Club Committee have been charged with a serious racing offence. Now, they have been charged with declining membership in a secret ballot. Correct? You've seen all this.
Yep.
Okay, now this is the system. This is a tried and true method
how you vote.
of voting in a secret ballot. Now,
we're part of the committee. This sits on a table, does it? And
no, you're not part of the committee. You're going to be scrutineers.
Oh, I'm going to be scrutineers.
I've got a black and a white ball.
Yep.
I decide what everybody takes one or several of these balls.
We might just put it like that.
I take these 2 balls and I decide I vote like this. So even if you were sitting right on top of me, you can't tell what I'm doing, can you?
No, I can't see which.
You can hear that
putting a black ball or a white ball in.
Well, I've dropped a ball in there. Now, there are 9 balls in there. How did I vote?
Well, I don't know.
How did I vote?
That is beside the point, though, Murray.
Well, no, it's not, because I've been charged with declining membership. So you have decided that I voted in a certain way, and you have said somebody can be prosecuted because you voted in a certain way, and you've just both admitted you can't tell.
So let's just say that we agree that technically, well, let's just say that as scrutineers, I'm wondering if we could move on.
Which is a democratic entitlement. Anybody in a democracy, and let's remember that a club is, these clubs are not just open, that's why they're a club. Yes. You don't just say, well, we're going to have everybody in the area, we're going to call it the club, but everybody's entitled to vote in every issue.
Yes.
That's the point of a club. You form your own rules.
Yes. Now, Justice Miller, in my reading of this, has ruled fairly against the Stratford Racing Club, other than on a technicality.
It said there were 5 orders given to the Stratford Racing Club. He said orders 1 to 4 exceeded the powers of NZTR under clause such and such of the Constitution. So those orders given to the club were ruled invalid. This is the crux of it. Now,
for the benefit of our listeners, what were those orders? They were
to change our Constitution, to set aside certain disciplinary proceedings, to not have any disciplinary proceedings in the future, and any changes to our Constitution we had to submit to them. They were all thrown out, and that's what, let's see what we went to court over, because we went to court. It was Stratford that sued NZTR, not the other way round.
Correct.
So it's our prerogative to define the issue, isn't it? This is what the Stratford submission said. The issue. It is submitted that the central issue here is whether one incorporated society, Thoroughbred Racing, can direct another incorporated society, the Stratford Racing Club, in regard to the conduct of its internal business or direct it to amend its constitution. That was the issue as outlined by the Stratford Racing Club. We won that 100%.
And that's all you wanted, was it?
So you better read it through again.
Is that why you were claiming victory? But it would seem that many of the rulings were against the club, and the
no, they weren't rulings, they were piffle. They were preamble and piffle.
Murray, look, with respect, you're extracting the parts with a suit.
We would love an independent investigation. In fact, that's what we would like the Minister for Racings to institute, so that all this sort of lies can be exposed.
All right,
similar to the voting
if I put the pause button here to recapitulate, You went to the High Court because you wanted a High Court declaration from the judges to whether New Zealand Thoroughbred Racing could interfere in the internal runnings of your trust or club, and you got a declaration which you wanted, which is victorious. You're saying bring it on. You're not intimidated by the charges proceeding.
No,
Is it
more
true
than
that you're
more than that,
enthusiastic
we
about
wonder what's happened. We want these charges to proceed post-haste, and we wonder what's happened. Come on, Thoroughbred Racing.
Wouldn't that indicate that they feel they're... All right, on that note, I thank you, Murray, for appearing. I thank you, Gordon. It's certainly a lively discussion. And again, I thank you for the research and the passion that you put into the program. This has been a Vickery special program.